Welcome into CBS Sports HQ. I'm Jordan Giorgio alongside Tommy Tran. We begin with the last college football playoff quarterfinal matchup set to be played today after it was postponed due to the tragic event in New Orleans.
The Sugar Bowl understandably took a backseat to what happened on Bourbon Street that took the lives of at least 14 people and injured dozens more. It happened in the early hours of New Year's Day in the French Quarter when authorities say the drover drove into a crowd and then after the incident was shot and killed by police. The FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism, and we learned during the Peach Bowl yesterday that the Sugar would be postponed to today. Let's welcome in Marcello and Ryan Harris, who are both in New Orleans covering the college football playoff quarterfinal between Notre Dame and Georgia. Brandon, I'm going to give you first word here. What more can you tell us in terms of the very latest of your understanding regarding logistics of this game? Has there been any difference in terms of security when it comes to fans or even media members like yourself?
We're expecting heightened security and increased security measures, but nothing's really been communicated to the media here about what to expect once we get there in line. I would expect it to be heightened. The governor, Jeff Landry, promised as much in assuring fans that it was going to be safe enough that the governor would be there. So we'll see once we get to the gates there about how this is all going to be conducted. I know the media was being allowed into the stadium as early as 5 hours beforehand. So once we get there here in the next, after this hit, actually, we'll get to find out firsthand exactly what the security measures will look like.
Ryan, if I turn to you, you're a Notre Dame alum. You played in big games both in college and in the NFL level. The players, coaches, and players and staff of the members of these two teams have had to basically stay put during this postponement. What is that like as a player as you're preparing for such a big game?
Well, you're looking for information from your head coach first, and Marcus Freeman was very clear with the team in terms of the schedule and also the flexibility that they had to have moving forward. But I'm here at the team hotel, and they told the broadcasters to get ready to get in early because of security. But the players are already starting to leave as well. I can hear the hotel rooms doors closing now as they get ready for their final meetings. And as a player, you got to just now get to the play calls. The thing you're looking forward to the most are the play calls that you've been running all season long. And when you get into that mode of hearing a play call and getting your mind focused on the right responsibilities, that's where you need to end up before kickoff, because there's as many distractions as possible, including family members and their travel plans, but none of that matters when you start hearing play calls. So all these players are excited to get to the field.
And that's coming up there in just a few hours. Before I let you guys go, look, this is a fluid situation. It's understandable about the postponement. The reality is a lot of people plan their days and the holidays to already be out of the New Orleans area. We're seeing secondary ticket prices go up. There should be some available. I'm curious just to get your guys' thought, purely speculative, of what type of atmosphere we're expecting to see at the Superdome. Brandon?
I think it'll still pretty full. I don't expect it to be a complete sellout, so to speak. I don't even think it would have been even before this tragedy. I know going to the team hotel at Georgia, I saw dozens of Georgia fans deciding and opting just to go ahead and check out and leave early, or they were leaving today as they had previously planned before the postponement. But a large majority of fans obviously are sticking around. They want to see this team play, but a lot of concern. I talked to a lot of fans about just what they're going to what can we expect of the security measures. Obviously, some concern about safety, and I talked to a lot of families with kids that were going in, and obviously they were very concerned about the safety of their families going into this game. But again, they're expecting very heightened security here, and a lot of fans sticking around to go watch this incredible game that we're hoping to see.
The conversations here at the Notre Dame team hotel, I'd say about 20% of the fans are going home, kind of like Brandon was saying, but there also is a considerable push and energy today in the city of New Orleans. I'd imagine that if close to game time, those tickets aren't sold, members of the city of New Orleans are going to come just to show resilience and to show that this city is safe, as they have the Super Bowl coming in just a few weeks, about over a month's time as well. So I anticipate a packed stadium, maybe less Notre Dame and Georgia fans, but the fans will be there tonight to celebrate and to take at least one step forward from a tragic incident. All
right, that's the very latest there from both Ryan Harris and Brandon Marcello. Gentlemen, appreciate the insight and information you're able to give us here today on HQ. The quarterfinal continues today with the Sugar Bowl, 4 Eastern at the Superdome in New Orleans. As Ryan mentioned, it will also be the site of the Super Bowl when the NFL playoffs conclude. Notre Dame and Georgia will have a game preview coming up later on in the show.